Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hani Zahira and these are my fellow groupmates which consist of Putri Azmira, Atika Azizi, Atika Jeffrey and Nur Akila. We are known as the Viscenta. We'll now present our project on hotel reservation management. First off, hotel reservation allow travelers to book rooms via online by using online security to protect their privacy and financial information and by using several online travel agents to compare prices and facilities at different hotels. There are a lot of factors that contribute to customer attractions. One of the factors is services that are being offered by the hotel. Some customers may feel unsatisfied with the services. Customer dissatisfaction will lead to income loss for the hotel management and eventually will affect the hotel reputation. This project aims to collect the data of hotel guests from the hotel booking data, develop a visualization system from the data, and extract knowledge behind the data. So here is the data visualization where there are a few general data that are displayed on the left, and on top here are two slicers for type of hotel, which is city hotel and resort hotel, and the year from 2015 to 2017 are provided to help in a detailed visualization. So now let's move on to the first chart, which is a pie chart that discusses on the type of hotel guest. A pie chart is a circular graph with portions proportionate to the data it represents. There are four main types of hotel guests. They are transient, transient party, contract, and group. Four distinct colors were used to present these four different types of guests. The segment pie chart shows the number and percentage presented by each type of guest, by which transient guests are the most common guests that will be staying at the hotel with a percentage of 75.06% that carries 89.61k number of guests in total. Transient party comes in second after transient guests, by which it holds the percentage of 21.04% from the whole pie chart, which also represents 25.12k number of guests present, followed by contract hotel that carries contract hotel guest that carries a percentage of 3.41%, which also translated as 4.08k. And lastly is the group type of hotel guest with the smallest percentage out of whole, which is 0.48%, with only 577 guests. It can be concluded that the most guests from both hotels are transient guests. Now I will pass to the next person to present furthermore on the visualization.
Thank you, Hani Zahira. My name is Atika Azizi and I will present for the next research question, which is when is the best time of the year to book a hotel room? The graph represent our line and clustered column chart. The graph are perfect for comparing qualitative values of any kind, such as group sizes of number guest arrival of each hotel. For the colors chosen, the blue color bar represent the city hotel, while the resort hotel is represented by the brownish pink bar. The line graph, on the other hand, use different color, which is gray that easily visible on the graph. Because of the various color choices, the manager can easily interpret the data that need to be extracted from it and gain better understanding of the information. Furthermore, after analyzing the data, the graph revealed a decreasing pattern of guest arrival over the last few months for 3 consecutive years, as well as decreasing pattern of arrival of the day. The gray line is decreasing in relation to the number of guest arrival by day. The City Hotel had 8,983 guests in August, while the number of guests in the City Hotel in January was 3,736. Moreover, the differences in number indicates the most likely guests in booking the best time to book their hotel is from a city hotel during August. This is because people take vacation during the month. Furthermore, the city hotel has higher number of guests than the resort hotel because it is in the city where all of the interesting attractions are scattered. In a nutshell, the number of guests between the city hotel and the resort hotel decreased month by month because of the availability of the guests during the month. This was the best time for them to book the hotel based on the month that is shown from the graph. Therefore, in conclusion, the best month to book the hotel is during the end month of December and January because less people book during that time. Next, I will pass to Putra Azmira for the next research question. Thank you.
Thank you, Atika. So next, I will talk about the type of meal provided charge. So which First, donut charts are usually used to display categorical data proportion with the size of the component indicating the proportion of each category. So from selecting the donut chart, it can be seen clearer the percentage of each preferred meal by customer that were provided from both hotels. So the color of the chart shows the type of the meal provided for both hotels, and the choice of the color for the hot chart is the pastel and soft. So each color represent each meal type in contrast from each other because these colors can show the comparison between the proportions. So these colors are easily distinguishable because the colors and the data are able to interpret at a glance. So other than other half-board (HB), most of the hotels serve full-board (FB) type of meal also, but most of the guests do not prefer to choose this type of meal because it can cost a lot of in the booking hotel price. This is because breakfast, lunch, dinner, and supper included in the FB. Maybe most of the guests want to have lunch outside in the hotel, so they do not choose this type of meal. So most of the guests, which is 77.32%, love to order the bed and breakfast (BB) in the morning. So maybe because most of them want to have a nice morning by eating breakfast and enjoying the view. So lastly, others are undefined types of meal ordered by the guests. It can be they do not include their meal type on their booking price. So it can be summed up that most of the guests like to order PB as their meal in the morning rather than the other types of meals. Other than BP, the second most loved meal ordered by the guests with 12.11% is the half-pot HB. Next, 8.92% of guests ordered self-catering. So this service is basically the guests can make their own meal. So next, I will pass to the Atika Jeffrey.
So thank you, Putra Asmira. My name is Nur Atika binti Jeffrey. So for the next graph, we want to find how many guests are most likely to stay during weekend or weekday nights. In this graph, it shows the visualization of the number of guests stays during weekdays and weekend throughout the year for both city hotel and resort hotel. There are two horizontal stack charts to represent two types of hotel, which is city hotel and resort hotel. We choose stack bar graph to show how the larger category, which is the type of hotel, is divided into smaller category, which are the weekends and weekdays. Other than that, there are two colors to represent two categories, which are blue for the weekdays and red for weekends. We choose two different colors because it is easy to distinguish. And for the graph position, we choose horizontal bar because the labels are easier to display. The knowledge that we get from this graph is the number of stay in city hotel is higher compared to resort hotel. As we can see, the total number of stays in city hotel is 250,000, while for resort hotel, the number of stays is 175,000. Next is the number of stays on weekend are higher than number of stays on weekdays for both city and resort hotels. By looking at this graph, what we can conclude is visitors are more likely to stay in city hotel compared to resort hotel and tends to stay on weekends compared to stay on weekdays. We may assume that people choose to stay in city hotel are more likely to people who want to spend the night in certain destination, while people who choose to stay in resort hotel are more likely to want the place itself to be the destination. Other than that, most of the city hotels are cheaper compared to resort hotels since resort hotels are more spacious, give more privacy to visitors, and offer every accommodation that visitors needs in one place. So I'll pass the time back now to Putra Asmira.
Okay, thank you, Tika. So next is the required car space per parking space by the hotel guest card chart. So the selection of this clustered bar chart is being considered to see the comparison between two hotels is requiring the parking spaces to their guests. So the comparisons are being made from the hotel guest type and hotels type. It can be clearer and easier to read the comparison and can see which guest type has the highest requested parking spaces. So the colors chosen for this chart are consistent to show the consistency, and the horizontal was used to show the comparison clearer because it can be easier for the reader to read the graph from left to right by looking at the type of the guest first and the total of required parking spaces. And the knowledge that can be extracted from the graph is most of the transient guests, which is the person who stay for the short time in the resort hotel, prefer to come to the hotel by their own car. So this can be proven by looking at the chart that near 5,000 guests require the parking spaces in their booking hotel. However, if the guests come to the hotel by group, like a school trip, company trip, or any trip, they cannot go with their own car because they can collect money to rent a bus, and the trip can be more cheaper. So lastly, the other guest type are approximately some of them come to the hotel by car and some of them prefer to come with the other transportation, like stated. It can be seen that less than 1,000 guests that come in the group do not prefer to come with their own cars. So next, I will pass to the Akila.
Thank you, Putra Azmira. So my name is Nur Akila binti Oshabakri. I will explain about research question 6, which is how many special requests are requested by your guests throughout their stay. So the chart that is used is tornado chart, which is illustrating the sensitivity of a result to changes in certain variables. It can be used to perform deterministic sensitivity analysis by comparing the importance of variables. By using this graph, it is easier to identify which categories have the highest amount and also the lowest amount by looking at the bar chart that is arranged from the highest to the lowest. Plus, both of the hotels are being put side to side, so it is easier to compare between the two hotels. Next, for the data visualization, the colors that are used in this chart, they are colors that can be categorized as color with a warmer tone, which is light blue and light pink. By using two different colors, it is easier to distinguish the data between city hotel and resort hotel. As for the graph analysis, among the two of the hotels, city hotel records the highest number of total special requests, which is 21,000 special requests that are requested by the hotel guests, while resort hotel only has 11,000, but still the highest between the other number of special requests. The least number of special requests is 6, but there are none of the guests that ask for as much as 6 special requests. Thus, it shows that the most number of requests that are requested by the hotel guests is 1 request, and the maximum number of special requests that ever be requested is 5 special requests. And the last research question is, which type of room is assigned to the guest that differs from the type of room that they reserve? This research question use decomposition tree. These charts are able to break down or divide a group in order to see each of the individual categories and how these categories can be sorted based on specific characteristics. This chart is selected in order to identify the correlation between the room that is reserved by the guest and the assigned room for the hotel guest that is assigned by the hotel itself. As for data visualization, the color used in this chart helps in identifying the difference between the values of each category. So for the analysis, based on the graph, room type A for reserve room has 85,000 and assigned room, which is room type A also, has 73,000. Same as the second rank, which is room D. Even though the number of guests is different, but the room is in the same rank. As for the third rank, until the bottom rank shows that there is different room for every rank, which means most of the guests did not get the room that they reserved. So from the chart, the conclusion that can be made is that most of the guests that reserve room A and room D are assigned to the same type of room, which means that there is higher possibility that guests who reserve these two type of room will get to stay at the room that they had reserved beforehand. So for conclusion, I will pass to Atika Azizi.
Thank you, Akila. In conclusion, our main objective for this study is to analyze the factors that contribute to the guest dissatisfaction with the hotel management. By using data visualization, there are several factors that contribute to guest dissatisfaction with hotel services. As we can see, the hotel management dataset can be understood truly after visualizing the data. It apparent that all of the objectives are successfully achieved. And that is all from us, the Viscenta. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.